Title: She apologized for cheating, but it was too late. Hi everybody! I'm leading a goal of 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I truly believe we can achieve it together. So if you could hit that subscribe button, it would really mean a lot to me. We're back with another story from one of our subscribers. If you'd like to share your own story, feel free to send it to Lessons from Life. Whether you're seeking advice, want to share how you overcame a tough situation, experienced karma or revenge, or even have a funny tale to tell, we'd love to hear from you. Just let me know in your email if you'd like to remain anonymous or if you'd like me to mention your channel. Now, let's get into today's story. Subject: One love, one mistake, one life, zero regrets. First off, I want to say that I really appreciate your YouTube channel and all the stories you share from other guys. Your channel inspired me to write this email in hopes that it might help others out there. If you read this on your channel, I'd be thrilled. If not, that's okay too. I just wanted to share my experience. I want to start by saying that I'm doing well now. I'm earning over $70,000 a year, have my own place, 2 nice cars, and a loving dog. So in the end, things turned out alright for me. Here's my story. It all started when I met this girl one summer. We actually connected through an online dating app. I know, risky business. We spent hours talking every day, sometimes until dawn, even though I had to be up early for work. Eventually, we decided to meet up for coffee at a local cafe. When I met her, it felt like reuniting with a long-lost friend. She had this amazing charisma and was absolutely beautiful. I ordered our drinks and we sat down to chat. We got along incredibly well. We didn't always agree on everything, but we enjoyed debating and challenging each other in a friendly way. She was intelligent, studying to become a doctor and already working as a nurse at a nearby clinic. At the time, I was working an IT job at a good company, making around $60,000 a year, which later increased to $70,000 after a promotion. We were both doing well in our careers. I felt like I'd hit the jackpot. She was smart, gorgeous, hardworking, and we had so much in common. We even shared a love for B-movies and horror flicks. Honestly, meeting her felt like the best day of my life, or so I thought. Fast forward 6 months into our relationship. We hadn't had any major fights. Sure, we had disagreements, but nothing significant. From the beginning, I made it clear that I wouldn't tolerate cheating or anything close to it. I'd been hurt in the past and didn't want to go through that again. I told her that if she ever cheated, she'd be dead to me. I wasn't afraid to walk away at the first sign of red flags. After a while, she started to become more moody, distant, and stressed. Her exams and studies were taking a toll on her. She'd bring her textbooks over to my place to study, even when we were supposed to be spending time together. I didn't blame her. I didn't want to get in the way of her goals. I even helped by making coffee, staying up late with her, and quizzing her with flashcards. I felt like our relationship was solid. But as time went on, I sensed that something was off. She seemed like a different person, like she was slowly fading away. She lost weight and stopped eating much. I tried my best to get her to eat anything. One day, I went over to her place because I knew deep down that something was wrong. I searched through her drawers and found a meth pipe hidden under her socks. When I found it, my heart sank. I realized that her studies had driven her to use drugs to stay awake. I blamed myself for not being able to help her when she needed me. For a week after discovering her addiction, I tried to support her, but she refused any help. She kept assuring me that she was fine and didn't need any assistance. One day, I let her borrow my phone because hers had been disconnected. For security reasons, I have software on my phone that monitors for any suspicious activity. What it picked up was that she downloaded a messaging app and started chatting with someone, acting like she was his girlfriend. I was seeing all of this in real time on my computer, as my phone was synced to it. I couldn't believe what I was reading. I stepped outside for a cigarette to collect my thoughts. I was torn about how to handle the situation. I felt like I could possibly help her with her drug problem, but cheating was something I couldn't tolerate. After finishing my cigarette, I went back inside and sat at my computer. I looked at her and said, "Can I ask you something?" She said, "Sure," completely unaware of what I knew. I told her, "We're playing chess right now. Make the wrong move and it's over." She seemed confused but said, "Okay." I asked, "Who is Daniel?" She was speechless. I told her, "You better have a really good explanation for who he is." Of course, she denied any wrongdoing, saying he was just a friend and that I had nothing to worry about. I couldn't believe how easily she lied to my face. I reminded her about our chess game and then showed her the conversation she had been having with him. She had no idea that I knew everything in real time. Without wasting any time, I grabbed a box and started packing up her things while she cried and begged me not to. She kept saying she was sorry, that she didn't mean it, that she still loved me, and so on. I can't even count how many excuses she made before I finally got her out of my house. At that moment, as I was cutting her out of my life, I felt a sense of freedom. Maybe not happiness, but definitely freedom from all the nonsense. In truth, I felt happy after she was gone. Fast forward 2 years. I'm doing well, making over $70,000 a year, living on my own, and embracing a no marriage, no relationships mindset. Out of the blue, she reaches out wanting to talk. I figured I was strong enough to handle it and thought it might be satisfying to show her how successful I was without her. But things didn't go as I planned. What she told me was far worse than anything I'd expected. She dropped the bombshell that I had a son. She tried to tug at my heartstrings, explaining that after we broke up, she was already pregnant but didn't realize it because she was using drugs. She told me that after I caught her with the other guy, who was supplying her drugs in exchange for sex, she didn't know she was pregnant. She had been sleeping with both of us but claimed that the child was mine, as she was already pregnant before things went downhill. Honestly, it didn't make sense to me, and I didn't believe her. I thought she was just making it up. But I was crushed. I blamed myself for not protecting my child. I was angry, confused, and hurt all at once. After finding out, I wanted to hurt her as much as I could. I spent nights drinking myself into oblivion, feeling like my life was over. In my mind, I was a failure as a father who couldn't protect his own child. It ate away at me for a long time. Eventually, I sought help before I could self-destruct completely. I started working with a therapist, and day by day, I'm getting better. Healing takes time, you know? Now I understand that it wasn't my fault and that there was nothing I could have done to change the outcome. It was just the hand I was dealt, and I have to accept it. I want every guy out there to realize that it's not your fault. You did everything you could to make things work. Don't second-guess yourselves. In the end, take that red pill and learn from the mistakes of others. If you read this and even share it on your channel, I'd be over the moon. If not, I'm just glad to get this off my chest. Thank you, and keep up the great work helping younger guys out there. Wow, what a story. Let me share my thoughts. I have to say, I wasn't expecting the story to take that turn. Discovering her drug use was shocking enough, but finding out about a child, that's a whole other level. I'm sorry you had to go through that. It's a tough situation, but I'm glad you're doing better now and that you sought help. It's important to remember that you can't control other people's actions. You did what you could, and sometimes things are just out of our hands. I'm glad you're focusing on yourself and moving forward. Guys, let me know what you think about this story in the comments. And if you have a story you'd like to share, send it to Lessons from Life. Thank you for sharing your story, and take care, everyone.